In today's video, your exit strategy from your crash diet. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com, and today I was doing a walk and talk video, but honestly, I just found a spot, so I'm just gonna stand here, and it's still gorgeous here in Florida. So today's video, I got a great question about someone that's been through a lot of weight loss using a strategy where they used a one meal a day approach. They also used keto. So some pretty extreme measures taken to lose weight. But in the past, I would have said, that's a mistake. But I got to be honest. I think the biggest benefit to some of those approaches is that it's a behavior change, right? Some of us just get caught up in the routine of feeling like we need to eat all day. We got to keep our energy up. When you learn through something like one meal a day that you don't need to eat all the time to feel good, okay? In fact, not eating for hours at a time can be beneficial for you. This is why fasting is such a popular approach as well. So what I want to talk about today is the question that I got from my Instagram direct message, which if you guys have questions, go here on the screen to my Instagram direct message and send me your questions. I took the screenshot. I'll put it on here for you guys. I'm not going to read it, but essentially it just boils down to this. What is the plan when you've gone through a lot of weight loss, but you realize that the strategy you use to get that weight off is not something that you're going to be able to maintain long term? And I have a really good answer for you, because once the weight comes off, your body, your physiology has actually changed to the point where you can gradually start to bring calories up. So the first thing I would do is start to find out some accountability through, if you're doing keto, if you're doing something like one meal a day, trying to figure out what the calories that you're consuming are. If we can figure out a calorie range, we can start to then put you into what I would consider optimal ranges for macros and bringing calories up. Now, when I'm walking calories up from somebody who's been through a crash diet, or perhaps they've just gotten to really low body fat through contest prep, what I typically like to do is walk calories up, say 50, 100, 150 calories a week, depending on how they respond. So if you realize that you've been doing one meal a day and you're at, let's say, 1,100 calories, next week, try bumping that up to 1,200 calories and see how you feel. If you realize you've been doing like what you said in your question, where you've been walking for 4 hours and you realize, well, that's not sustainable. I don't have 4 hours to walk every day. Drop it down to 3, okay? Drop it down to 2, drop it down to an hour. But gradually over time, you might just drop out a half an hour a week for the first couple weeks until you get down to a manageable amount. You should absolutely be able to maintain a very healthy weight, walking, say, 30 minutes a day, a couple days a week, eating, let's say, 2,000 calories or whatever your calorie range might be. But if you go from a place where you were crash dieting on, say, 500 calories or lower and doing hours and hours of cardio, and you just completely revert and you immediately jump to 2,000 calories and you immediately drop out the cardio, well, then you're going to be in a place where you can put body fat back on quickly, okay? Once the body fat has come off, you can reverse the process, benefit the metabolism, benefit the hormones, and benefit your overall well-being, and you don't have to do so by being so rigorous. Now, you also asked a question about training and resistance training, and so this is where tracking your macros and calories comes into play, because what I'd want you to do is start to set your protein intake for the day around your target weight that you want to weigh. So let's say your goal weight is 120 pounds. If you're getting about 120 grams of protein a day, that's going to benefit you plenty for the terms of muscle building. Now, if you're looking for some guidance for like nutrition and training around how to set this up, I've got a free beginner's guide, which I'll put a link in the description box below. It's just a beginner's guide for how to look at protein, carbs, and fats, how to set up your macronutrients, how to find a gym, some basic workout programs just to get you started. Because resistance training is all about finding what works for you and then progressively overloading. Meaning, if the first week you go in the gym and you do, let's say, a squat for 3 sets of 10 with 100 pounds, well, the next time you want to go in, maybe you do 3 sets of 10 for 120 pounds. Maybe you do 3 sets of 12 with 100 pounds. Progressively getting stronger. Your body is going to adapt rather quickly to this approach, especially if you're getting proper nutrition in the forms of protein, carbs, and fats. So you've got the weight off. Congratulations. But don't give up on finding an approach, and don't think that you have to sustain this crash diet approach, and don't think that you crash dieted it off so it's a failure. No, you've made a behavior change. You've been successful. Now we just got to find out what works for you long term. And if you guys are looking for some fun in a community of like-minded people that are going to be making changes, we'll join this year's Pro Physique Transformation Challenge, which kicks off January 23rd, but the registration's already open, okay? And you got to have your pictures in by the 15th, all right? So go ahead, I'll put a link below for the transformation challenge. You just might win $50,000. And last year's winner was an Australian guy who was over than 40, older than me. So some people have been asking me like, hey, should I do this if I'm not young? I gotta be honest, some of the most impressive transformations, they're not based on age, okay? They're not based on sex. They're based on the ability of the individual to make some massive changes to their physiology and psychology. All right, I'm gonna start walking again. That's the end of today's video. Crash dieting doesn't have to be the end. It can be the start of a great journey. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.